Hi.
My name is Aidan McFerran.
And I'm Margarita Vivlochik.
And we're both graduates from the Herkimer County Community College Physical Therapist Assistant graduating class of 2020.
What led you to the PTA program?
What led me to the PTA program was working at my local YMCA as a personal trainer for over 3 years. I experienced working with Parkinson's patients in our Pedaling for Parkinson's class. We had a program called Live Strong, where we worked with cancer survivors and helped them maintain their functional independence. So working with those types of patients at the Y really inspired me to push my knowledge further and join the Physical Therapist Assistant program to help as many people as possible.
Can you describe your 3 clinical experiences?
So in the Physical Therapist Assistant program, we need to attend 3 clinical experiences. The first 2 are for 5 weeks and the last is for 6 weeks, where we get the chance to apply the knowledge that we've learned in class to help patients out in the field. During my first clinical experience, I was at Northern Physical Therapy in Utica, and I got the chance to work with patients from all different kinds of backgrounds in an outpatient facility. I got to apply my knowledge, learn how to use hot packs and cold packs on patients for the first time, and treat patients with therapeutic exercise, ultrasound, and electric stimulation. During my second clinical experience, I was at St. Peter's Hospital in Albany, New York, where I had the chance to work with the interdisciplinary team of physicians, orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, occupational therapists, and physical therapist assistants like me at the hospital, where they taught me how to read charts, how to ambulate patients, how to organize IVs in order to walk patients and perform exercises immediately post-operatively. And then during my last clinical experience, I was at Barneveld Physical Therapy, an outpatient clinic in New York, where I kind of took the reins and started treating patients on my own. My clinical instructor gave me full responsibility to treat patients and complete the entire intervention from start to finish, which prepared me to be entry-level and to work immediately after graduating and passing my boards from the Physical Therapist Assistant program.
How have your clinical experiences prepared you to enter the workforce?
Throughout my 3 clinical experiences, I gained the hands-on skills in order to prepare me to work in the workforce as a physical therapist assistant. After graduation and passing my boards exam, I was able to perform modalities such as ultrasound, electric stimulation, hot packs, thermotherapy, cold packs, cryotherapy, and treat patients with therapeutic exercises, educate them on their diagnoses, and assist them with ambulation, assist them with functional tasks that they use in everyday life. I was able to apply all my knowledge that I learned in school towards my career during my 3 clinical experiences gradually, until I was able to reach entry level by my 3rd clinical.
I think that all of my clinical experiences altogether prepared me to enter this workforce, because you're able to work with different patients and, use different techniques in different places, and you kind of apply all this knowledge from all 3 clinicals. So for example, my last clinical experience, I was able to go to St. Luke's Hospital in the acute care, and prior to that, I was very uncertain with bed mobility with patients and transfers and patients who had IVs, catheters, and that's stuff that we went over in lab and in class, but it's just different when you have a fully functioning patient rather than when you're in a hospital. You really do have a patient who needs your help, And so once I was able to go to this clinical, I felt like it just came, and I was able to apply that knowledge that I learned in lab, and even though I wasn't really confident with it, that confidence grew. And now if I am able to go back to an acute care or an inpatient setting, I would feel confident and I would feel like I'm ready to help these patients. What are your patient demographics?
In the physical therapist assistant program and in physical therapy in general, you're able to work with a wide variety of patient populations. You could work in a school setting with elementary school children. You could work with geriatrics, bariatrics, athletes, really people of all ages. Whatever population suits your interest, there's a place for you out in the workforce.
What is the job outlook after graduation?
So after graduation, you take your NPTE boards exam, and for the past 2 years, our alumni have passed that exam at 96%. The job outlook after passing your boards exam is 100% for this program in 1 year of graduation. And from our 2020 graduating class, alumni received a job offer within 6 months of graduation.
Can you tell us a little bit about labs and competencies and just overall how the entire class experience went?
Overall, I had a great experience in the physical therapist assistant program at Herkimer. Our professors are very persistent and are there for us 24/7 whenever we need them. During class, you'll have a very close connection with your classmates because you're with them all the time. During labs, you'll work with partners, everyone will work together. Throughout the program, you will have competencies where you apply your practical skills to a classmate or a mock patient who will come in and act as if they have a diagnosis that you'll be required to treat. It's a stepping stone to your clinical experiences in the field, where you get initial mock intervention. You get to treat a patient in an initial mock intervention before treating a patient with that diagnosis in the field. How many students were in your class, and how did the size of your class affect your learning experience?
So we had around 18 students that finished with us, and I think the fact that it was more of a smaller class really helped us to grow closer to each other, and the fact that we were all so close helped us to learn together. Working in labs or groups, being able to study together. When you get to like range of motion and muscle testing, you're able to use each other. Even outside of class, you can use each other to practice all that stuff. So I think it's really beneficial to us, and that was definitely a big help throughout the program, not only our professors, but the students who were here as well. If you could give any piece of advice to the upcoming freshmen in the PTA program at Herkimer, what would it be?
My advice to upcoming freshmen in the physical therapist assistant program at Herkimer would be don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. If you don't know something, make sure that you ask a professor or reach out to another student if you want to practice different skills that you've learned in class. Use the academic support center at the college. Use all of the resources that you have available to you. Use the library. You can ask the librarian questions. It's really important that you build a foundation early on in the program, because later on everything will start making sense and you'll be able to connect the dots and understand why you're learning about the basics during your first 2 semesters. I would say that's the most important thing in order to be successful in the program. Margarita, what was your experience like in the physical therapy assistant program now that you're graduating?
So I think overall it was a great experience. I definitely think that coming into the program, you're super nervous. You know, everyone tells you it's the hardest program at Herkimer, and you're kind of set up to be scared in a way. But I think once you get the hang of it, once you meet your classmates and your professors and you become comfortable, everything just kind of settles down. And, it's a lot of effort, a lot of studying, a lot of work put into it. But I think in the end, it's worth it, and it's something I really do love. So I'm excited to start working because this is a really great program. Why should someone join the PTA program?
If you're passionate about helping others, you're passionate about exercise, you like working with other people, you like working with all ends of the spectrum. So elderly, children, anywhere in the middle, athletes, patients with disabilities, then this is the right program for you. You get the chance to meet so many new people every day and help them reach their functional independence. And personally for me, being a personal trainer for the past 3 years, kind of following my passion for exercise while helping others maintain their functional independence and improve their quality of life, that's the greatest gift that I have to give.
Aidan, this is Dr. Jones. I was wondering if you could tell me what were some of the things that made you successful in this program?
So in this program, some of the things that made me successful were staying organized, asking for help when I needed it from the Academic Sports Center, the library, professors, other students. But I'd say organization is one of the biggest components that contributes to success in the program. Creating a plan, keeping multiple schedules, so keeping a calendar, writing down when all of your quizzes are, when your tests are scheduled for, deadlines, and even before that, kind of planning out when you're going to complete projects. So you never want to do everything in one day. You want to spread it out a little bit at a time, taking in small portions, so that you can have a social life at the same time that you're getting work done.
Well, how do you feel your preparation was for you to take the board examination? And second, how prepared do you feel that you are to enter the workforce and go out into the physical therapy field after having completed this program?
So I think that through this program, we were definitely given the tools that we need to succeed. Everything that we learned overall in these 2 years prepared us for this time, to take these boards. And also we were given study plans through score builders and also the O'Sullivan book. So we have these review systems that we can use in order to prepare for that. And I think all of this knowledge from school, from the boards, is going to help us to enter the work field and start working as a PTA. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really enjoyed talking about this program. So to add on to everything that we talked about today, we wanted to just add a few pictures and videos of our experience here at Herkimer College.
Pull forward. Okay, so I pull just like that. I should not see anything shift forward. If I see a shift forward, it should be a P, and there would be a positive anterior drawer. Okay? And that is a self-mobilization that she can do. So she's going to lean into it, you can have her hold it and then go back up and then do that. You can kind of repeatedly do that so that she's kind of flexing it into that position to try to mobilize that side of it.
C3, C4, C5,